'Cause when I pray to the God I found in me. Hallelujah. Rain praise on me for all my pain and all of my glory. Blessed be my body. Blessed be my name. 'Cause when I pray, I pray to the God I found in me. Thank you, Kamra. Where Kamra go? If Kamra's still here, thank you. I love you. Oh, Kamra is still here. Literally keeping it. So yeah, we're gonna get rolling, but I don't know, man. I just wanna look at y'all real quick. Everything that I have on other than this jacket, Adaamu in the back who's selling merch. These are his. If I can get this, you know when you thrift stuff and the zipper. Okay. This ain't Adaamu's, his zipper's work. But yeah, Adaamu drew me out. We'll talk later. Go ahead and hit play.
What you said is really boggling. It feels almost disrespectful to say on air, but you said, and I quote, rappers are the world's most popular faggots.
Famous, nigga.
Explain, please.
Famous, nigga. Rappers are the world's most famous faggots, period.
Oh my, she wants to rumble with the Titan.
You see how many niggas is dying out here?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So what's the truth, baby doll?
Girl, the truth is the experience that rappers are having when you got OGs saying being a rapper is the most dangerous job in America is high key what the girls are saying. Like the rapper experience is the faggot experience is my point. Both seemingly separate communities are close tied to death and spectacle. So many dead. Nipsey, Nina Pop, Bands, McKinsley, Von, China, X, Smoke.
So many. And you want to bring the queer and hip-hop communities together?
I want niggas to realize we all is part of the same community. We already together. Just like for real in the mud. Death ain't the only thing we know. It's blood, history, spirit, land, language, fashion, how we raise children, how we carry on regardless of threat. A friend of mine said if you don't know who you are, that's okay. She said it's cool. I agree, you don't gotta know who you are, but shout out to question though. Are you searching or content? And if you're searching or if you're content, does that put anyone in danger? Does your ignorance make you violent? Let's get this. I'm just wondering. You tryna chill? I mean, really come over, kick it. I'm so for real. I'm steady floating in the water, I can head back. Want me to pick you up, or should I just lay you down? Rub your feet until you slump. Baby boy, I'm really feeling your mind like a horizon. Give you Jason Holiday keys. We can watch the night sneak away the morning rose and moaning. We still fully dressed. Your dog's head on your chest. Y'all both covered in chips. I love the sunlight on your back.
If God pushes me right up to my edge. You got your family. You got your job. You got your health. You maybe even got your sanity. And then it all falls.
Oh shit. Faggot Radio. MATTMATT Radio, MATTMATT Diablo. My homegirl said stars die in Cleveland. I do not believe her, Brody. That's why I'm fiending like Tony Mo, Kid Cudi, Bone Thug. I'm scheming on my dream, building worlds so we free, playing freeze tag with death, yo. I might leave, elevate to dead and gone. No, we needs that ass, though I'm a dead asshole. Gotta throw, so you know I don't gag, though. Suck it, so give it back, yo. Shiver like a flame in that incense smoke. I'm my dead homie, surviving me, oh no. Thought I would die in the desert, won't blame no coat. I do not snort, for sure won't point. But that eerie cemetery of dirt and cacti kept playing with my mind. People calling me fly, I touched the thin line. They do the suicide, the legend satisfies. Who the fuck am I to think that I can save the world? The road ain't paved, nobody is safe. I'm on my rap Diablo Don shit. Yeah. I'm on my rap Diablo Don shit. Let a nigga get high as shit. They smitten with the pretty flow, how official of me. Lucky like a cow reach around your ankle, I see. Beyond the fourth wall, I feel it, living the heat. Hell grazer, silent like the last. Don't pick a nigga sure skin, you know they can't stand to see a banging boy win. Abstract like Kevin, drag him like RuPaul, beat him, call on the Lord. Heavy like the falls, watch a nigga get off. Yeah, I'm on my... I'm trying to busy myself with shit that ain't really for me. Bore me with the paper chase, boring, so annoying. Listening to jibber jabber, they shoot you gorgeous. People need to be praying, how the hell you saying focus? Holy hoes in both, so she still got pretty toes. Hottie baby, I say low key, whoa me. Who wouldn't win that and you niggas both me? Won't hear no peep when that slick blade press to your neck, give you long sleep. In that deep, deep well, I'm waving, giving you hell. In the wood with your bitch, giving them wood. I fucking good. Rap Diablo on your mind, bro. Get a line, bro. You niggas die like bee stings. Risk your whole shit for this raw dick. Will you yummy, yeah? That prep work slick. I'll put it in your tummy, yeah? This shit is off the top of your head. Give it tizzy, yeah? Bring it to me if you want it and you feel me, yeah?
Because when you think life's going along fine.
What is romance? Like really, let's really unpack that whole concept. I'm actually really curious. Let's do a little bit of free thought association. So when I think of romance, I think of lovers on a long walk. When I think of lovers on a long walk, immediately my mind goes to kissing on the beach. And then after I think about kissing on the beach, I think about that scene from that movie that Madonna directed, W.E. It's a really good movie, you should check it out. But anytime I think about Madonna, I think about that scene from her sex book where she's eating that guy's ass. Have you seen that book? Have you seen that book? It's a really, really good book. It's like fucking iconic. But there's an image of her in the book, she's like eating this guy's ass. And every time I think about Madonna eating that guy's ass, I think about that album she released in tandem with the book, Erotica. One of her best albums. After I think about Erotica, I think about the album that came out after Erotica. That was Bedtime Stories, one of her best as well. And then every time I think about Bedtime Stories, I think about the interview she did to promote that album. When I think about the interview she did to promote that album, my mind immediately goes to that time that Courtney Love threw a compact in her face. Remember that clip? It's a crazy clip, right? Madge is in the middle of it, she is over it, she is fucking had it with this woman. And then when I think about Courtney Love in the middle of being Courtney fucking Love, I think about Kurt Cobain. Anytime I think about Kurt Cobain, I have to be honest with myself. I would let that dead white boy fuck me in the ass. I really, really would. I have to tell you. Kurt Cobain is one of those white boys that would break my rule for him. And anytime I think about, it's a really enforced rule, but it's a rule, okay? But anytime I think about Kurt Cobain, my mind goes to all the dead boys who I would let fuck me. And then I think about Heath Ledger. Now Heath Ledger, he's at the, I know, huh? I know, come on, and anytime I think about Heath Ledger, my mind immediately goes to Brokeback Mountain. You know, Brokeback Mountain is arguably his best movie. And then when I think about Brokeback Mountain, I think about, oh my God, there's a really specific mix of like sad Americana, but there's also this element of like twisted love. And anytime I think about Americana imagery and sad twisted love, my mind goes to who? Of course, Lana Del motherfucking Rey. And then when I think about Lana Del Rey, my mind goes to that image of her from that Ride music video. You remember the Ride music video? We can talk about her politics and her social media activity later. Let's talk about the Ride video. I can never tell you what that video did to me when I was young. And I'm still young, so you can calm down, okay? But when I was young, that video really did something to me. I mean, I would think about that image of her in that video. She's in a motel room and she's begging that older guy, of course. She's begging that older guy, that white daddy, to stay with her. And anytime I think about begging a white daddy to stay, my mind goes right to Ben. And it always did. I mean, even then, my mind always goes back to Ben. Ben was the guy who worked at my job. I should probably give you some context. So, Ben was the guy who worked at my job, and Ben was like Orajel. My God. Ben was like Orajel, and life was like a toothache. You guys remember that Orajel commercial that used to come on TV? There was that passionate black lady, and she would always be looking in the camera, and she would go, I put the Orajel on my teeth. I immediately felt relief. You remember that commercial? It would run 703 fucking times a day on every single channel. It was the best commercial, really. But when I think about Ben, I think about Orajel because Ben was Orajel. And life was a toothache. See, his wife and his daughter, they were like the little pieces of food that were just aggravating my sensitive spots. They had to go. They had to go. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. They were aggravating all of my sensitive spots, increasing the pain. In my mind, they were to blame for all the problems imaginable, and I reminded him of that as often as possible. Okay? And I mean, I had to because that was step 2 of my master plan. Actually, it wasn't my master plan. You see, at 15 years old, I really didn't feel confident in my abilities as a mistress, and so I did what anybody would do. Come on, I did what anybody would do. Any faggot of my generation, what do we do when we are bewildered? I found a step-by-step guide to seducing straight men on Tumblr. Of course! Of course! And I had already completed step 1. Step 1 was done, okay? I had established a bond. Yes, I had established, you know, I'm saying it. I had established a bond. the best macaroni and cheese and scrumptious. The women in 1970s gay porn, or the women in 1970s straight porn shouldn't have crazy bushes. Isn't that nasty? Everything he said, I agree with him. I was approachable, I was eager, because I wanted him. I absolutely wanted him. Again, life was a toothache, and Ben was Orajel. He was Orajel, okay? And honey, I mean, at this point in my life, my tooth was absolutely throbbing. It was hurting so much. I mean, I can't even tell you. I mean, I can't tell you, and I will tell you, because that's what we're here. At this point in my life, my mother had just thrown me out of the house. I was living in my car. I was reeling from having been sexually assaulted by my ballet teacher. My tooth was throbbing. My alcohol intake was increasing, and honey, every time I saw him, my heart was beating like the bass line of a Timberland track, baby. I wanted this man. I absolutely needed him. Because Ben was Orajel.
Fucking neck, Brooklyn. Knock your head until you break your fucking neck, Brooklyn. Knock your head until you break your fucking neck, yeah. Knock your head until you break your fucking neck, Brooklyn. Knock your head until you break your fucking neck, Brooklyn. Knock your head until you break your fucking neck, Brooklyn. Knock your head until you break your fucking neck, Brooklyn. Knock your head until you break your fucking neck. Knock your head until you break your fucking neck. Niggas chatter all day, but don't know shit. So tap in to this RAYBEAM flow. Catch the Holy Ghost. You know these niggas roll, roll, roll your boat to the wishing well in hell. Where your father won't condemn you for your sins. Your penance is rewarded with pussy and nice feast. Come kick it with the beast. A real monster eats and eats and eats and eats and eats. I eat beats. Solo cypher shit, young nigga preach. They sold my sister bike and shit. We had to jump that nigga beat. You know the fucking streets, jungle warfare. We hungry and food deserts, shot by fresh fruits. Sniffing Mr. Clean, trying to know the truth. Eating truth and tap into that third eye proof of God transcends death, supersedes life. We do, we don't try. We fly a smooth slide out that motherfucking mud. In the fab, sweet, see the beauty and the beast. A true thorough monster, Manasa instrumental. All my sons is simple, some be pretty beautiful. If you down to ride, just fucking ride. I don't got time to fucking hide. Niggas run up, they say they wanna get up, then pull up. If you tryna dump, then dump before I fuck. I mean, I'm really on my freestyle shit now. Niggas wanna go, then we run around town. What's good, Brooklyn? Break your motherfucking neck with a nigga one time, yeah, yeah, yeah. Knock your head until you break your fucking neck. Knock your head until you break your fucking neck. Knock your head until you break your fucking neck. Knock your head until you. Knock your head until you break your fucking neck. Knock your head until you break your fucking neck. Knock your head until you break your fucking neck. Knock your head until you break your fucking neck. Hold on, guys.
My mother called me the other day. My mother disappeared when I was 13. She came back when I was 18, just to fill in the plot. She called and she had seen an interview I did on C-SPAN. There's a line in the book that says, I've been on this earth for 30 years and I've never met a single faggot, starting with myself, who survived without finding another place, real or imagined, to call home. She called, she said, hey, I saw your interview. You know I keep up with you. And I just had to tell you, you are a man. You're not a faggot. You're not a punk. Let me tell you the difference. You are prominent. You know how to speak. You're educated. You dress well. You are an upstanding person who just happens to be gay. So don't put yourself over there when you're over here. Now, after I got past the shock and rage, I was very grateful because it's rare that you get this kind of material in my line of work. Okay? Because it got to the heart of what I'm trying to do with this book. You know, it is in part a warning about the cost of this vision of success we're sold, but it's also a sort of more subtle, but hopefully more radical, political invitation for all of us who have quote unquote made it to put ourselves back over there, to put ourselves over there with the faggots, over there with the niggas. Either all of us are gonna be faggots or none of us can be faggots. Either all of us are gonna be niggas or none of us are gonna be niggas.
I was giving him a ride home after we had both worked a closing shift, and my bag of clothes was in the trunk of my car. And Ben was dangling out the window, looking up at the sky, rattling off all these facts about the cloud systems. See, Ben, he had always dreamed about becoming a meteorologist. And I mean, it seemed like a minute detail, but it really did, I mean, it made for something really special. Because he was so interested in the weather, it made the mundane so magical. I mean, small talk that started with, it's so hot outside. It was magical, and nighttime rides home felt like VIP passes to the Grammys. I mean, I was watching him, and in that moment, I have to say, something changed. The football of it all just kind of fell away. In that moment, he wasn't this stereotypical, like, straight Sicilian boy who hated pussy hair and taking care of his daughter. In that moment, he was earnest. I swear, it was special. I was 15, but it was special in that moment. It was like he was taking out something that he had put away a long time ago, and he was showing it to me. And watching him be so excited and stimulated and earnest, I mean, why couldn't I have been born a cloud? He asked me to pull into the Dollar General parking lot, and then I did. And he asked me, "You want some Coke?" And I said, "Oh my God, yeah." Like I said, I was 15, I was such a fucking kid. So I was confused when he got out of the car and he ran around to the back of the store instead of going in to purchase a soda. I had forgotten all those lies that I had eagerly agreed with over the months. You know, I love Coke. And so he came back to the car about 10, 15 minutes later, smelling like cigarette smoke, and he opened up his palm to reveal a small bag filled with a fine white powder. He asked me for my car key, and then I took it out of the ignition. I handed it to him, and then he used it to scoop some of the powder and bring it up to his nose. It was gone in a second, okay? And I've never had anxiety like that in my entire life. I mean, my throat was closing up, and I wanted to gulp away all of the anxiety, but I felt my windpipe constrict. My throat was so dry. If only I had had some soda. So after that little checklist that I got from Tumblr was no longer necessary, honey, because that night, let me tell you, don't laugh at me. Why are you shouting? Don't laugh at me. Let me tell you, that night, we did Coke, he fucked me in my car, and I'm gonna deviate from the script for just a moment to tell you, I'm gonna expand on this. I was getting my shit rocked, okay? I was getting my shit rocked. This man, no. Remember later, I got the edge of glory, bitch, I was on the edge of glory. I was living my dreams. I was living my dreams. I'm telling you.
Oh my God.
No, Yes. Okay, he fucked me in my car, completely unaware that he was actually fucking me in my home, right? my little makeshift house where I had dreamed about the life that we were gonna live together, you know, contemplating all of the sweet, intimate little things, like, maybe I'll poison his wife and then we can raise his daughter as our own, or... I was 15, who said, listen. I was told this was a safe space. In that moment, everything, like I said, I was 15, in that moment, everything that we did, it really did feel romantic. It felt special. And I mean, it so was not. I mean, what the fuck? Let's review the particularities of what just took place. Let's hindsight, now that I'm still young, okay? Now that I'm 24, let's look back on it in hindsight. What really happened that night, okay? He asked me for a ride home, and he paid me for no type of gas, by the way, okay? Zero. Paid me for no type of gas. He exposed me to drugs that he knew full well I had no experience with. He took advantage of my crush on him to trick me into aiding him on a drug run. He dangled and then he snatched his affection away from me on the ride home. And then, the next day, he brought me a $1 bottle of Coca-Cola and he demanded another free ride home. I don't know what was wrong with me. I mean, the fact that I was 15 years old aside, I can't figure out why I would classify that as romantic when it so wasn't. Why, when I list that as romance, when all the things that I said before that I consider to be romantic, none of those things were a part of this story. So let's try again. Maybe we should try again, okay? Some free thought association, right? Maybe I'll get it right this time. Romance. Orajel. And there it is. I don't know why. No, but listen, hear me out. I don't know why I didn't see that the whole time. Because I said it 1,000 times during this essay. I'll deviate from the script again to say that I wrote this. And I know that I don't have a paper, but I'm an intellectual too, okay? An essayist. An essayist, okay? A performer. A 24-year-old power bottom with the receding hairline, yes. Yes. But let's try some free thought association again. Let's go back into it, okay? Okay. So romance, Orajel. And like I said, I don't know why I couldn't see it. I said it 1,000 times. Life was a toothache, and Ben made it feel better. Not good and not right, but he made it feel better. And that's what I needed at that time in my life, or at least it's what I wanted the most. I wanted immediate relief from pain that was deep-rooted. And when I think back to the free thought association I did at the beginning of this essay, reading, performance, therapy session, I notice that there's a pattern. I always come in right in the middle of the scenario. I never take a moment to fully contextualize the images that I've created in my mind. Remember that couple that was on the long walk? My mind went right to them kissing each other before I could even consider that maybe those lovers were walking away from something. I conjured up the next image so quickly that I didn't consider that maybe the reason they were holding hands wasn't because they wanted to feel close to each other. Maybe the reason that they were holding each other's hand was because they were pulling each other out of something. Maybe the reason why they were so closely linked wasn't because they wanted to display their public affection. Maybe they were holding hands because they were keeping each other steady while they were navigating some tricky terrain. And then I think to that other image that I conjured of those two lovers who were sitting down at a lovely table with candlelight. Well, maybe the light wasn't dark because they wanted an intimate romantic setting. Maybe the light was dark. Maybe they kept everything dim because they had destroyed absolutely everything around them, and they just wanted the lights low so that they didn't have to confront the mess that they had made. Maybe if I had sat in that moment for just a second, it would have occurred to me that all of those violins and those Lana Del Rey vocals, maybe that wasn't the soundtrack to a beautiful love story. Maybe all of those violins and the swells and all that ambiance, maybe if I had played the movie in my mind for just a little bit longer, I would have been able to tell that those violins quickly changed pace and they began to accent a knife that was being plunged into the back of that damsel in distress. I have a way of making things romantic that actually are not all that romantic, and that's true. But again, that's because Ben, romance is oragel. I mean, think back to that passionate black woman in the commercial. Remember her words? I put the oragel on my teeth. I immediately felt relieved.
If I'm hurting on the inside, I'm hurting on the inside, will you hold me, console me? I've been hurting on the inside, been hurting on the inside. Please hold me, console me. Sweet dreams won't come to me. Can't you see I'm hurting? The world brings little days we can call hella pain we can't see from. Hella pain, hella pain, hella pain, hella pain. If I am hurting on the inside, am hurting on the inside, will you hold me, console me? I've been hurting on the inside, been hurting on the inside. Please hold me, please hold me. Sweet dreams won't come to me. Can't you see I'm hurting? The world brings little days we can go hella pain we can't see from. Hella pain, hella pain, hella pain, hella pain. If I am hurting on the inside, they need to know that your death wasn't two bangs that no one gave a fuck about. They need to know that we cried both times until we couldn't. They need to know how wrapped up we are in each other's blood. Tell them the river froze over and cracked under my first step. Tell them my pronouns ain't the fucking point but the dance. Entire hoods flooded with what wasn't once there. Two flames in the world opened up, and I ain't been able to hear since. I ain't been here since.
console me.
If I am hurting on the inside, I'm hurting on the inside, will you hold me, console me? I been hurting on the inside, been hurting on the inside. Please hold me, please hold me. Let's try this. Repeat after me. If I am hurting on the inside, I'm hurting on the inside, will you hold me, console me, I've been hurting on the inside, been hurting on the inside, please hold me, console me,
If I'm hurting on the inside,
I'm hurting on the inside, will you hold me, console me? I've been hurting on the inside, been hurting on the inside. Please hold me, console me. Little days we can call, hella pain we can't see from. Hella pain, hella pain, hella pain, hella pain. If I am hurting on the inside, I'm hurting on the inside. Please hold me, please, please. Thank you. We had a quick little water spill. I'll do it. So, yeah, because we didn't even figure it out. Can we get some napkins, like a bunch? I want to thank all of you all for coming. Also the band. Shout out to Picasso for writing that piece. Thank you to the Crazemen for joining me. We have Glynn on bass, Joe on the keys, Wyatt, hopefully